The Joe Show.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the very first ever Joe Show. We're going to be doing everything that deals with me. That would be the Joe. Things we're going to be talking about in the Joe Show are things that are going on in my life, things that make me happy, things that don't make me happy, things that are relevant, irrelevant, everything. We're just, like I said, it's crazy. It's the Everything Joe Show. All right, before we get started here, we're going to talk a little bit about myself. So, I completed high school at Harrison, Montana in 2004. From there, I went over to the Montana State University, where I completed my Bachelor of Science degree in Earth Science, more importantly, Geography, and with Human Geography emphasis. From there, I hopped the hill and went over to the University of Montana, where I completed my Master's of Science degree, also in Geography, and I completed a thesis that was entitled Rural Community Vitality in the Cases of Fort Benton, Montana, and Watford City, North Dakota. From there, everything's just crazy about Joe. He does all kinds of weird things. He even talks in this announcer voice and refers to himself in the third person. We're going to try to get away from the third person because that might make a few friends angry, of course, as they've referred to on multiple occasions. And since we're starting with the announcer voice, we might as well explain where the announcer voice came from, its origins, the history, and of course, the evolution. So, the announcer voice. The announcer voice. The announcer voice started in, let's see, where the hell was it? It was in high school, and I think it might have been my freshman year in high school. And it was at a basketball game, and they had their normal announcer guy there and everything. And all of a sudden, something was going on the gym floor, and a bunch of the girls were out there. And one of the teachers or coaches or something that was there, she was freaking out because they couldn't find the announcer, and they had to have the announcer say something over the PA system to introduce these people or just say thank you or something. It was something like that. And so they tossed me the microphone. They're like, "Here, you do it." So I picked up that microphone, and I had no idea where it came from. Just channeled it, and I'm like, "Ladies and gentlemen," I just go there. I'm like, "Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for them," whatever the hell they were doing it. And I cracked that out, and it just blew everybody kind of off. And they're like, "Holy cow, that was good." And so then I think the next home game that it came to, I was up on the stage there, and I kind of went behind the stage because I've been really shy about it. And still, every once in a while, I think I still get nervous to this day, when you get on the microphone and you're in front of a group of people and you got everybody watching you. But just picked up that microphone and went into the back there and just channeled it. I mean, and it's been my intro to this day, where I always usually say, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's matchup between your visiting," and then of course the visiting team and your very own, and then of course the home team name, and then go, "And now your starting lineups for your blah 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 blah," go on and go so on and so forth. And I remember after that, kind of being in class and people going, they're like, "Man, yeah, we were at the ball game the other day, and we just could not figure out, where that voice was coming from. It was you." I was like, "Yeah, oh, yeah." and so anyway, from there, a little bit more of announcing stuff that I've done. I went to Montana Tech in Butte. There, I actually got up there through a referee that was in Harrison for a while, and he put in my name up there, and I went up there and I announced college basketball and volleyball for a little while. Did it there and had a blast with it. One thing that really got me away from doing that is because at the time I was doing my undergraduate work in Bozeman, of course, having to drive from there all the way to Butte. It really wasn't paying as well enough to do that. So, but I still like to crack out the announcer voice from time to time. I think it's really cool to do, like, on a web show, the Everything Joe Show, coming at you live. I think it'd actually be really cool to get to something like with radio, do that. A lot of people actually think from my hometown, they think I do stuff like that. When I see random people on the street every once in a while, and they go, "Oh, so how's your journalism, your broadcasting going for you?" And that's when I have to break to them and say, "Well, I didn't do a degree in, broadcast or journalism or anything like that. Rather, I went earth science route, geography, and more of that found me." We can get down to that later on, though, about how I got into my whole degree. But it's still funny, the history of announcing for this, and it's something I think I'd like to get into further, continue it on. But it's just still fun to play around with, just crack out the voice. Ladies and gentlemen, your very own Joe Show coming at you live. So, but yeah. All right, so I guess that pretty much concludes the very first episode of the Everything Joe Show. We just talked a little bit about the announcer voice, kind of got the intro there, my background here. I want to leave more for future episodes, of course. We don't want to throw all this into a first episode thing and make it extremely long and overrate it and like, holy crap, what time is it? I need to get going. I got things to do. I got to eat dinner. I got to wash the dishes. I mean, I hate dishes, I got to get to work. I don't know why I'm watching this show. It's such a waste of my time, so... But anyway, that's what I'm saying. So, the future shows, we'll just keep talking about, well, we can do other things. We can talk about the history of why I found geography, how I got into that stuff, and I'm probably not as boring. Get some of the good things, like feature part of my show, or I'll probably call it the next round. Well, I'll sit down and talk with somebody, one of my friends, whoever else, and talk about kind of like what their deal is, the down low on them, and see why they're doing certain things in their life, how they got started, where they're going, hopes, dreams. It's all crazy. It's all possible. It's gonna be the Everything Joe Show, it's gonna cover everything. And we're gonna spice it up, and we're gonna throw anything there. Maybe we'll have even part of a cooking show. We'll talk about the history of me as a cook. Kind of what I'm doing now, where I'm headed. You never know. Maybe we'll film out on the patio having a barbecue. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for in the Everything Joe Show. So stay tuned next time. Feel free to place as many comments as you want. If you want to comment, doesn't really matter to me because it's the Everything Joe Show. See you guys next time.